Hi, I'm Chloe Bennet, and this is my 10-minute beauty routine. I'm gonna go for like a corally spring vibe today for my makeup. You know, corals for spring, groundbreaking. Without fail, like if I were to choose a beauty product, it's honestly like ice. This is like from the convenience store down the street, wrapped up in some old paper towels, and I just keep this block in the fridge, and then I just ice. So we sit here, and I carve out my face. And I feel like this, one, it depuffs, two, just kind of like closes up your pores, which maybe is redundant because I'm gonna put some serums on afterwards on my closed pores, but it works for me, I think. So after I ice, then we gua sha. This plum beauty oil that I am obsessed with. I think I learned about this from Chrissy Teigen's Instagram. Very cool source. So this stuff like doesn't make me break out. You can keep it on, you don't have to like wash it off afterwards. Just, you know, get in here. And doing this every day, huge difference. Facialists will say that I maybe do it too hard, but it's not their face. So I do this. Already I feel good. For transparency, I do get my eyebrows laminated and I get my lashes pushed up. So that's a step that I do already. Okay, so now I'm gonna do some eye cream that is for under your eyes, but I use it all over my face from Suluwasu. Okay, we have a face. I'm convinced I have like the hairiest face in the world, and that's really cool. But I've just kind of crumbled to the patriarchal standards, and I would like it gone. I always have one of these on hand to shave my face. I like fully need to shave it. They'll be like, I'll get a beard and like a whole thing. So I just go through and get these little guys. This Clé de Peau concealer, I love to kind of just keep, it's very compact. And usually I'll try to just do a little, this is kind of darker. We're gonna see here. Sometimes you see people do this foundation step and you're like, oh my God, that's the wrong color. How does this look like it's covering things? I think so. The coverage areas I like are like here, here, and then like hormonal things I always break out like on this plane. Always, without fail. There or there. Does it look like I have? Wally, really? At least he's not farting. At least it's coming out that end. I love these NARS concealers. These have been like a staple. The Radiant Creamy concealers. And with concealer, I'm kind of weird with like placement because I feel like if I go too low, it changes the shape of my face. Orgasm by NARS. I like it really matte. I usually, if I'm going to do like a base on my eye, like I'll do kind of just, I'll use the bronzer that I will end up using on my face. Just because I feel like it ties everything together. Scandalous. Wally, Allure is here and you guys you're being so rude. I'm gonna do my eyeshadow now with this NARS palette that is, I'll be honest, I probably bought this because of the packaging. Summer Unrated, whoa. So when I do my eyeshadow, I don't like to, I kind of put it all over the lid and then I kind of like to bring it out like this, kind of highlighting the shape of my eye. It feels the most natural, bring it out. And then I'm gonna go in with maybe this like little peachy, this guy. It's a color. It's a peachy coral color. We love that. Now, I'm gonna do a little bit of a liner. This is Stila, it's very worn in. This is my favorite eyeliner. There's a thicker end and then there's a little baby end. I'm gonna go in with the little baby end and kind of just pop it right at the end of my eye, not so that it's at the top, but really like this. And this is the part where, this is always the part of the time I'm getting ready when like my Uber is about to come. So knowing like liner placement, huge thing. It comes from practice, I think. This eye is shaped totally different, so I have to do some wacky stuff over here. And my lashes, and I'm like not left-handed. I'm gonna do a little bit of the same color, that like coral color underneath. Another must-have beauty thing that I truly always have at work, I have always in my purse, is the Lumify eye drops. They are the biggest difference between like, just especially if I'm doing like a carpet or if I'm, just the whites of your eyes like can really make a difference in how you, just how awake you look and how bright the makeup is. I did these earlier, but I'll do them again. They do make a big difference. We're gonna do a brow pen. I think it's Anastasia. It's kind of like living on edge. It's liquid. Let me add it. Let's see how it works. So I usually just try to do like hair, like wispy things here. I don't really know. I feel like this works. And then I'm gonna just put them so they're not as, so it doesn't look like I just went through a wind tunnel, which can happen sometimes. Needs no introduction. Everyone knows this because I learned about this on the internet. Yes. But the Laneige is just kind of the best. It does smell like lip smackers from the 90s. The watermelon lip smackers. Anyone? Anyone? So good. I'm gonna do the Chanel. I kind of just go in it with the Beauty Blender and I just kind of like put this where sun would naturally hit my face, like up here, on my nose, my cheeks, that kind of thing. If I wasn't wearing more eyeshadow, I would just kind of dip this here and then just put it on my lid and then make it look like that. And then just gives a little color on my ears, my big ears. I used to cry about my big ears. And then my dad was like, don't worry, like, you've never seen an old person with small ears, so that means you're gonna grow old. But joke's on me, your ears and your nose never stop growing, and that's why. But he did make me feel better in the moment. Thanks, Dad. This is an Ilia cream blush. I'll be honest, this looks very bright. Let's just see. Ooh, okay, well, we are gonna blend this out. We're doing a coral look. Okay, that's cool. I think I'll do a little bit of this here to give this a little bit less of like a powder look, but keeping it dewy and that kind of like glossy lid. So next we're gonna go do mascara. This is one of my favorite products. This is the Ilia mascara. I love this stuff because you have to kind of reapply it, which I'm a chronic makeup reapplier. It doesn't smudge, which that's a look and that's totally cool, but I don't love a smudge. I don't think I look that cute in a smudge. I just kind of like a natural, not too clumpy lash. Okay, I'm just gonna set a little bit of the side of my nose with Laura Mercier. Can't be trusted with the loose powder, I'm gonna be honest. I can't like bring this places because this just falls everywhere. I think I saw Jessica Alba or something talk about this in one of her videos a long time ago, but you just don't put it on your cheeks and then you have that glow. I put the lips on last because I talk so much, it comes off. This is a Kevyn Aucoin. My top lip, randomly, just totally a different color than my bottom lip, and it doesn't really have a lot of color. So I usually just try to give it something. I'll line it, and then I kind of smudge. And then I kind of just put it everywhere. We line, we smudge, we look. I don't love too harsh of a line. Then it looks like, wow, my lips are really dry. Can do this. Or a trick, you go to like spoolie fill. It's the best exfoliant. Like this. You can use one, so I'll get these from like Amazon, and you just get them off. You don't go too crazy. Yeah, Wally concurs. But this, if you want like really smooth lips, it's about resourcefulness. You know? Oh my god, it's so much softer. Okay, I'm gonna put this on the bottom, kind of. I don't really need as much on the bottom. Lips. Again, with like the mixing and matching, I usually like products that I can kind of just put all over everywhere. So if I'm like, I'll add a little bit of the Ilia on my lips to kind of bring that color in. These are the Charlotte Tilbury, you know, classic Pillow Talk and Bitch Perfect. Even the makeup packaging is coral and peach. I think this is too light. That's fine. This will change 700 times before I actually go out, or change throughout the night, depending on the lighting. Okay, you guys, I think this is my finished coral spring look. Thank you, Allure, for joining me on my 10-minute beauty journey. And Wally, thank you so much for being here for moral support.